Hey guys, welcome back to Wedding Cash. So today we're going to talk about reach campaigns, how to use them, when to use them, how much of your budget should be used for them. So without further ado, let's go to the computer and talk about these campaigns. But first, before we do, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps, guys, on getting the word out to other people that might find this video useful. And also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications so that way you know when the next video is posted. Okay, let's go to the computer. Okay, let's go ahead and click on the reach campaign here. Let's get started with our ad. Okay, so we'll go ahead and call it, just test reach ad, right? Go ahead and click here. Now I like to do a lifetime budget. We'll do this over the course of 5 days for $125. The reason why I like lifetime is this, because what Facebook does is they're gonna spend more when people are looking more, and then they're gonna slow down the spending when they're not. So the nice thing about a lifetime, as opposed to just doing $25 a day where they just blow through the whole thing, in this case, they're just going to ramp it up and down based on the activity and kind of like how many people are going to your page on that day. If it's a really good day, they're going to spend more of it than they are when it's slower. So I always go with lifetime budgets on this. Lowest cost is good. You can run the ads all the time. If you're going to shut it down, meaning if you're going to shut it down manually after a certain date, that's fine. Or if you want to have it just end on a certain date, you can have it end on a schedule. We'll just leave it at run ads all the time for now, and I'm just going to keep an eye on it and go in on my day that, and shut it off manually. But again, you could do it on a schedule if you want to. Click continue. Okay, I'm going to pick an audience. So when you tap on that, my custom audiences will pop up. We have videos on how to create audiences. This one's going to go to website visitors. These are people who have been to the website in the last 30 days. I like to use automatic placements. I keep all of this just where it is, okay? I do select all languages, which is also very important. You don't have to only select English, and in fact, I don't recommend that you do, because the way browsers work, some of them translate, and so it could possibly affect that. So I just leave it at all languages. I do all placements for this one. I don't do that with the traffic just because with a standard traffic ad, because I want to make sure that it's placed in an area where I'm seeing comments and all that. But for here, again, these are people who have already been to the website, right? So we're going to go ahead and just have it placed everywhere, because I want to get this ad out as much as I possibly can for the cheapest price possible. So I'm going to let Facebook determine that, okay? Here you can do a schedule if you want to. I will go ahead and put it on here. We'll have it go to like the 7th or something like that, okay? And then from there, now on default, I don't recommend one every 7 days. Remember, this is going to be an ad that is going to show a promotion that's ending in less than a week, right? So what you want to see is you want it to blast it out 3 impressions every 1 day. But the key is that you do not want to run the same ad over and over and over again. You want to have multiple ads in the ad set, because you want them to see different versions of this. You don't want them to see the same ad over and over again, because they're going to get tired of looking at it, right? I mean, I'm sure you've seen this before. You don't want that. You want them to see 3 different versions of your ad in 1 day. That's good, okay? We'll leave this all kind of where it is for now. Okay, now when it comes to your media, you always want to use videos for your ad, okay? And I don't care if you're a photographer, caterer, flower company, whatever. You need to create a video and put that up there. Number one, the cost per click is way lower. Also, it just gets displayed better. Facebook's moving toward video for most things. Just stick with video on this, okay? So create it, and you can go on like Animoto, different places where you can create, easy to do slideshows, things like that, but definitely utilize video, okay? Very important. In this case here, we're gonna go ahead and just add one of our videos that we have online. Go ahead and click that there, click continue. From there, what's gonna happen is that we are going to go ahead and create our ad around this video. So essentially what we're gonna see here is, we'll do something like this. We'll do $500 off. Let's say we did like that, some free drone coverage. Free drone coverage. And then we'll do something like schedule today. Ends Friday 3/6, right? And then maybe you want to do like a little customer review, maybe do a little something like that to separate it. You could add like a customer review down here, customer review, and then from there you can go ahead and just type in maybe some sort of accolade. You could do like winner of the Not Hall of Fame. Okay, something like that if you want to. You could go something along those lines. And I do like to use little emojis up here just to make it stand out. So you could do something that looks like this. Maybe put one of these guys up here. Oops, not there. Up here. There we go. Something like that. You could do. Put Bride up there, right? Maybe something like this. You could go ahead and do this, and then of course, I usually go with the alarm clock thing so you can do something like that if you want to, or whatever you like. But anyway, that's what the ad would look like. You want to go ahead and use your URL. In this case, we'll go ahead and use this one. And then from there, drop the URL down here. Now, for a headline, I like to use brackets if I can get away with it. So free drone coverage. Okay, boom. And then from there, and then we'll say ends Friday 3/6. Okay, so again, we have a remarketing ad going out to people who already have gone to our website. So again, this is going out to people we've already seen our stuff, right? Very important. And then when you get down here, you have the learn more thing. I like learn more. I think it actually works better. I heard this once on another podcast I listened to about, actually it was on drop shipping, that the learn more seemed to work better for them. I think it does. It's less pushy than buy now or book now or call now. Learn more is fine. Go with that. Okay? So there's your ad, right? Make sure your Facebook pixel is turned on. You click confirm, and that's it. And that's your reach ad. Now, what does this look like in Facebook? So we'll leave this here. We're not actually going to publish it. But do we have reach ads going? Yes, we do. So I'm going to show you an example right now. So right now I have an ad that's out that is right here, reach websites. So this is the same kind of ad, right? And what we have going on here, though, is that you can see in the ad section, this is what's really important, is that there are all these different types of ads. And the reason for that is because if I only had one ad in here, again, they'd be seeing that same ad 3 times a day. So, I mean, it's just too annoying, right? Nobody wants that. But if you punch a bunch of different ones in here, like I have 5, right? In that case, then Facebook's gonna, go ahead and put up the most performing one, and then it's gonna cycle through them. So you can see, like we've had, this is just yesterday, one day alone. 219 reach here, 32, 1,009. So this one's getting a lot more play, 260, 109, right? So this is in, so this is going to be in just one day, right? One day. So this one's set for $100 a day, but you can see if I do a lifetime here, you can start looking at the numbers, right? So we've reached 2,714 people with 8,468 impressions. Cost per 1,000 is about $89. Amount spent so far is $243. And the number of clicks is 15, right? Which is, overall, okay. We could do better, right? But up here on the emails ones, you can see we have a lot more, right? 196. So it really just depends on, who is, what your target audience is. Now, this is a bigger audience, right, than the emails one, right? The emails one is a more focused audience, which is also another good reason why you want to run another reach campaign for that. Because this audience here are people who have actually emailed us before, right? We know because they've signed up for a list or something like that, where we know that they've been, to our website, also signed up to check our services. Now they're processed as leads, and we can remarket them with, this email campaign, right? But you'll notice that, this is the same amount, but we spent less here than we have here up to this point, right? And this has been running for roughly 3 days, okay? Not, or even that. It's been running from like Sunday to today. I'm doing this on a Tuesday, so Sunday to Tuesday, right? So you can see like right here, the results aren't terrific. Up here, they are. Also, your frequency is about 2, which is good. Like the 2 to 5 range or 3 to 5 range is good for frequency. This is the number of times that they're seeing your ad, right? Anything over 5, you get in a burnout mode. You want to keep it around here. So what that means is that the smaller your audience, the less you want to spend on this, okay? Our email audience is pretty good. Also, our website audience is pretty good as well. I know if I spend $100 a day or somewhere around there, you know, I know that I have enough, you know, we're not going to hit them like, this isn't going to rise to like 8 or 9 or something like that, something crazy, right? It's going to, you know, it's going to keep it around that 3 to 5 range, which is what I want, right? But if you didn't have a very big reach audience and you spend like $100 like this a day, you're going to blast them over and over and over again. And it's going to get into fatigue, okay? You really want to keep that budget small for a smaller audience, but the bigger the audience gets, the bigger that budget becomes, right? The bigger that budget becomes. Now, obviously, we're operating on really big budgets here. I mean, I would say, you know, $5, $10, you know, $15 a day would probably be fine just for starting out with a reach audience. But that is how this is done. And as you can see, it's a huge difference, right? We only had 15 on the reach website, but the emails, 196 link clicks. 196. It's pretty good. Right, and as you can see, now that I've actually spread this out a little bit more, the click-through rate, like our 129 landing page views, right? That's pretty good as opposed to only 9 for this one. So this one's not performing that well. This one's performing a lot better. But that makes sense because these are going to be people who are even more interested. These are people who just went to our website. These are people who actually filled out you know, something to get information on, whether it's checking availability or something like that, right? So that's what, you know, that's what this is for. These are for emails, you know, for people who have, you know, already, you know, signed up for our stuff. That's what this is. So as you can see, the click-through rate's a lot higher, right? It's 1.23 versus 0.18. Like, this is very good. This is just okay. I'll be honest with you, not the best, right? So, but again, this is broader. This is more targeted, right? Although they're both remarketing, the emails will be a lot more retargeted than the broader. And although the broad isn't as broad as like cold traffic, right? You can see where as you narrow it in, the interest grows more and more, right? So that's that. So that is how to do reach campaigns. Now, can you do remarketing campaigns as a standard campaign? Absolutely. But the thing about that, remember, is that it takes time for it to go through, you know, to really optimize that pixel, right? So you can do it, but if you're running like a short promotion, you want to use a reach campaign. If you're going to do something where you don't care, but you just want them to be targeted over time, then you can use a traffic campaign if you want to, which I'd recommend for something like that, or even a conversions campaign. A conversions campaign on remarketing isn't a bad idea either. It might cost you a little bit more to do that, but in that case, you can actually see it's easier to measure how many people are taking that action on your website, right? Such as filling out a form, which is usually what I run it off of. Not the appointment, but actually filling out that, information form, right? To find out about availability, things like that. So yeah, so long-term strategy, you don't care, it's not gonna be a promotion. You can do a standard traffic. If you want something quick to blast it out, you got something, a short-term promotion that you're running, definitely consider using reach campaigns. And I think you're gonna find them to be very, very helpful. That's all I got today, guys. Don't forget to like this video, smash that like button, click the subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and and leave a comment. Very important comment. Have you tried a reach campaign? Does this work for you? Let us know, and I'll catch you next time.